To day 4 of learning React Native. Until now, we have created simple layouts and styled them using Flexbox. But our screens have been static. Nothing really changes when the user interacts, right? Today, we'll change that by learning about state, buttons, and text input. Let's start with state. In React Native, components can hold data that changes over time. For example, a counter value, a user input, or API data for that matter. We store that data using hook called useState. I'll show you. Like we need to import React, this from React. useState is a component we need to import from our module React. Okay, sorry, not user, it's use. Okay, I'll write this down, then I'll explain you about this part of the code I'm typing. Set count is equal to use state use state z. Okay, here let me explain what's happening. Use state creates a piece of state called count starting at 0. That's a number. Set count is the function we use to change count, and whenever the value of count changes, UI automatically updates. So let's now change a bit in UI. What we'll do, we'll add a button so as to interact with our UI. Okay, let's add button. Inside that, style. Okay, sorry, inside that title is equal to increase on press. On press is kind of is called whenever user interacts with the button, and whenever user interacts with the button, we'll call the function set count, in which we will pass count with adding 1 on top of it. So okay, let's remove this. Let's add another text. I'll copy this and add. Okay, inside that, let's set, I'll replace count. Okay, and let's pass our variable count. Okay, we need to pass count inside the curly brackets. Now let's run this. See, 1 2 3, it will increase whenever we press on it. Sorry for the spelling mistakes I have made. So this is what I call magic of React. Your UI reacts to changes in state. Now let's talk about text input. Sometimes we need to capture user input like a name or email. So let's change some things. Like first of all, instead of button, we require text input. You can keep button, but I'll remove it because I don't have any use of button component. So I'll be removing all of this. I'll take text input. Inside that, I'll show another way of creating styles to you. Like, we can, rather than using style sheet, we can create like this as well. Border width 1. This style is particularly for text input. So CC, okay. Let's have padding 10, width of the component itself, let's keep it as 200, and margin in the bottom, I'll be adding another component, that's why I'm having a margin in the bottom. Let's add a placeholder so that when the text or the name is empty, value of name is empty, then it will have something to show. So, and the value of the text, okay. Another thing I need to change, instead of name count, I'll change it to name and have the function be named as set name, and also it should start with empty text rather than number, okay. And we need to add on change text similar to on press. This will be called whenever text is being typed, okay. Text name, text, let's pass text. Here we go, and we need to close using backslash, okay. I think we are done here. Oh yeah, we need to show that text so that you will visualize the variable being changed. If there is nothing, let's give some empty if name is empty, okay. Let's run this now. Let's check. See here, whenever it is empty, there will be written here. Whenever I write something here, it will convert. Again, when I write remove it, there will be called. So here's, let me recap, or let me again explain to you. The text input component captures text, okay. Value shows the current input. On change text set on check updates the name set whenever user types, okay. And our text component reacts instantly, as you have seen. If you have used Swift UI, in that we have add state. This is almost identical, just JavaScript syntax instead of Swift, okay. Now you can make your UI come alive with interaction. So to recap, useState stores dynamic data, button triggers actions, text input captures user input, and every time state changes, React Native automatically re-renders your UI. That's the foundation of interactivity in React Native. In day 5, we'll go one level deeper, learning how to handle multiple screens and navigations. See you in the next lesson. Till then, bye.